Hello everybody, Cappy here from Studio M7, also known as John. And today we're going to do a bit of work with acrylics. Let's see where we go. I did a watercolor on rocks. I've done a watercolor, an acrylic, using acrylics. And I think we just have to have a look at today at creating depth in a miniature composition using the colors and limited palette here. I have ultramarine blue. This is alizarin crimson that I'm using. And we don't have yellow ochre, we have yellow oxide here. Those are the three primary colors. Then we have a booster color, which is cad yellow, as well as cad red. And then I also use some burnt sienna from time to time. Unfortunately, you're not going to see my palette because it's sitting up there, and I want to focus on the canvas pad in front of me. This is a bought pad. It's supposed to be primed. Usually I do a gesso onto it. I'm not going to do a gesso today. These are some of the brushes that I'm using today. Fan brush. These other brushes are for oil painting, and a slightly larger 1-inch brush, just a regular paint brush, this one. So let's see what we can come up with today. Just get my chair a bit closer. And first we need to put some color onto the palette. Let's see if I can't get it in here. I may not get a complete palette in. So, ultramarine blue, alizarin crimson, and yellow oxide. And then of course titanium white, which is used for lightening up my colors. And we're putting quite a substantial amount of that because I use a lot. Now, Taiwan's weather, very humid. Water is handy. Water is nearby. I'm using Liquitex Basics. Because most of my things that I do are for teaching. So I'm thinking maybe we do 4 small pieces here, and I'm going to add some acrylic retarder on my palette because today is post typhoon and it's rather warm again outside. So just add some retarder, which is now running off the page in a nice blob. Hopefully it will stop. Right, so let's start with putting a bit of this retarder onto my brush. I do need to get something to clean it. I've washed this brush. Let's get some retarder in there and some white, touch of blue, and mix up some sky color. Keep it nice and wet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up and work from this side to that side. I'll start with a small, try and get 4 small pieces into this what are known as vignettes, and let's just get some blue in here. Give it a nice brush down with a big brush for a blender, and now I want a touch of yellow, hint of sunset into this. And yeah, you have to be careful because, as you know, blue and yellow will give you a nice little green. So let's see what we can do with this. A hint of sunlight in here, maybe into clouds. With these pesky things that pop up in the middle of your painting. Oh, go away. Clean that off. Right. Now, how well you can see that. That is yellow oxide with some white. And I'll just put in a little stronger near the horizon. Alright, clean off the brush. Now I'd like to put in some mountains. In order to do that, I'm going to use a slightly smaller brush. I'm then going to take some alizarin crimson, some ultramarine, and mix up a purplish, dark purple color. To that, I'm going to add some white, titanium white, and we're going to get a very light, get it down to a very light purple. And this is how we create depth. I now have 3 different hues of the purple. Furthest away, light in color. So let's start. I think we've come down a bit this way. And create some distant mountains. go with something slightly darker. This is my mid-tone, and I'm going to bring this mountain over here forward by putting in this shadow onto the mountain, bringing it a little bit forward, further forward than the one in the distance. And I'm going to add a touch of darker shade, darkest, just a touch, to create an edge in shadow. So now we have a shadowed area. That area over there is going to stay the same. I'm going to, because that's light furthest away, so now I'm going to put in some shade on this one here in the corner, and I'm going to bring it in to yeah, it's getting quite humid again. Sweat is running. Oh boy. Right, so what I've done is I've used the three tones. If you really want to get technical, the warmer of the cooler colors. Because these colors are cool colors, so it's moving things back. If you look at the mountain over here, let me tilt this up a bit, you can notice that that is very light in comparison to over here and this piece that comes towards the front. I made this one slightly darker, which pushes that tiny piece at the back further away. Okay, so, sorry, we'll hold it this way, keep it that way. What I've got is, essentially I've got one on this side coming down into, I guess, a valley, one on this side, and then one right in the background. And now I want to work on a small foreground piece here to step even further away from those at the back. So I'm going to use a very dark color. First going to do a little bit of a color change. That yellow that we used in the sky, I'm going to get some of that back. I'm going to start with that in the background, and then I just need to clean my brush again and pick up some of that whiter yellow. And at this stage I can, with the paint still being a little bit wet, I can mix it into the purple that is in the background. And by doing that, I'm creating crossover between the two colors. And then as I come forward, I'll add more yellow to this mix. Add a touch of red to this. I'm just putting a little bit of yellow in the front here as well. Just blend that in to that pinky tone. Right. Take this brush. Just blend that in. Yeah. Got a bit of the dark from the brush on there. Not a crisis at all. So let's try and get a little bit of brown going now as we step into the messy area. Just do a bit of blending in here. Turn that off. Right, and then to finish off, I think I'll put some bushes in the front here. I need my goggles again, and we'll have some blue oxide and mix up a nice dark green, yellowy green. And that I'm going to use in the foreground. I'll just pop in a couple of bushes. Nothing spectacular, just a quick include some I'll get into some grasses in the front with foliage. And we need to strengthen up the green a bit. And that's a bit too bluey green. Gets a better yellow colour. Remember, nothing is in straight lines in nature, so therefore we need to work on getting in those out of shape shapes and lines. Right, and that's a small demo. I think I need to put in something here so it just keeps our eye inside there. So let's just add a little bit of that and do some trees on this side. Let's just get that to join up there. We just added some foliage on that side. Well, I think I'm going to leave it at that one for that little piece. So we'll let that dry merrily. It's already starting to curl. We'll let that dry away merrily and then go on to something different on this side. Okay. If you look at here, maybe just do a little waterfall of some kind, water feature. So what I do is I usually start with the rocks first. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with the water, and for that I'm going to mix up a white and a touch